Hello friends, months ago I have created a video about Laravel and Filepond, how to upload images, and I had two comments in that video, how to upload multiple images with Filepond and Laravel, and that's what I'm going to do in this video. So here I have the example. We have the form for the post with a title and description, and here we have the drag and drop for files from the Filepond. So when we create a post, also we are going to upload multiple images and assign to that post. So for example, just let's add something here and also for the description, and let's browse the images, and I'm going to select two of them. And yeah, we have a preview and it's going to upload, and right now it's going to upload on the temporary directory, and also I'm going to store them on the temporary database. When we create, we are redirecting back, and the files is going to remove from the temporary directory and is going to move to the new directory, to the final one. And also I'm going to remove from the temporary database and move to the final database, which is the images migration. Okay, let's start by creating first the Laravel project. So on the terminal, I'm going to say Laravel new, and I'm going to name it Filepond, like this. Then on the Filepond, let's go to the documentation, and I'm going to zoom it. And first, let's go to the installation, and I'm going to use with JavaScript, and also I'm going to add through the CDN. So let's copy this for the style sheet. Open the terminal and let's navigate now in the Filepond project, and I'm going to open the project with a VS Code and work there. First, let's open the resources, views, and welcome. And here I'm going to remove everything. So let's remove this, also the styles, and here I'm going to put the styles from the Filepond, and also let me just add the tiling CSS. So I'm going to navigate in the tiling CSS, get started, and also play with CDN, and I'm going to navigate down here because we have also the plugins. So copy, close, and paste also here the tiling CSS. Then let's go and copy the script and paste right here. If I scroll down now, implementation example, we have the example here, and just copy this line of code and also paste that right here. Save. And now let's create the post. Okay, so we need the post model and migration. We need also the images migration and the model and the temporary images. So when we click here, first we are going to store on the temporary directory and the database, and then when we upload, we are moved to the final images directory and database. So for that, let's open the terminal, and I'm going to start by creating the post first. So artisan make model post -m for migration, and the same for the image, and now the same, but here I'm going to name this temporary image. Okay, let's close, and now let's open the VS Code, and I'm going to close for now the welcome, and let's open first the post table, and here I'm going to add the title and description. So let's say, so I added the title and the description. Let's save, let's close, and let's open the images. Okay, here now I'm going to add the post ID also, because the images is going to belong to the post. So let's say $sign table version ID for the post underscore ID, and also I'm going to add the constraint like this here, and then let's add the table string for the name and also for the path of the image. Let's save, close, and let's open now the temporary images migration, and here I'm going to add $sign table string for the folder. Here is going to be the folder ID, and then let's copy this and let's paste it here. Here is going to be the file name. I'm going to say file, and let's close. Now I'm going to open the post model, and here what I'm going to say, protected $sign guarded to be equal with an empty array, and let's copy this and save, and let's do the same for the image model and also for the temporary. Save, close, and open the temporary image and paste it here. Now let's open the .env file, and here we need to create the Laravel database, and also if you have password for the database, add it here. Here I'm going to add the password, and let's open the table plus, and here I'm going to create a new database with the Laravel name, and let's open the Laravel. Okay, now open the terminal and run the artisan migrate fresh. Good. Now I'm going to create the controllers. So I'm going to say artisan make controller, and first is going to be the welcome controller, and it's going to be invocable, so select true here. Then I'm going to make a controller for the storing the temporary image, so I'm going to say we're going to name it upload a temporary image controller, and also this one is going to be invocable. Next, I'm going to make a controller for deleting the temporary image, so I'm going to say we're going to name it delete temporary image controller. And the last one, so it's going to be invocable also. The last one is going to be the to store the post. So I'm going to say make controller, and I'm going to name it store post controller, and also this one is going to be invocable. Good. Now let's open the VS Code and let's open the web routes and register all the routes there. The first thing is going to be the welcome. So I'm going to say route and get slash, and the controller is the welcome controller class. Okay, the second is going to be the upload and delete the temporary. So I'm going to say route. This is going to be post the upload, and the URL is going to be upload also. The controller is going to be the upload temporary file, upload temporary image controller class. Then for the delete is going to be the route with method delete, and the URL is going to be revert. Okay, or you can, let's name it delete or destroy, what you like. Let's say delete here. And the controller is going to be the delete temporary image controller class, like this. And the final one is the store the post. So let's say route post slash, and the controller is store post controller class. Save. Okay, so we have the route to get to show the form, then the upload and delete the temporary images, and the final is to store the controller, to store the post, sorry. Let's open the welcome controller. Here we just need to return the view. So let's remove this and let's say return the view welcome. Just like this. Save and close. Now just let me open the browser and see if that works. So if I open the Laravel.test, yeah, we have a black page. Good. Now let me open the welcome page, and in here I want to add the form. Okay, so the same we have here. So for that I have prepared the form and I'm going to paste it right here, and I'm going to show you. So here we have the div with some classes, then we have a form with method post action slash and any type multipart form data. We have the CSRF token, then a div with a label for the title, and then the input with name title, and also the error for the title. And then we have the div for and the label for the description, and the text area with name description, and the error for the description also for the title, and the input with name image, and also I added the multiple here. And just let's save this. We have also the button, and let's open the browser and refresh now. Yeah, here we have the form. Okay. Now let's implement also to upload the image, because right now if I select the image, yeah, it's not uploading. And also let's add the preview plugin. So if you go to the description and scroll up on the plugins here, let's select the image preview, and I'm going to add through the CD and also this one. So just let's add the styles under the Filepond CSS. So scroll up and here we have the Filepond. Paste it here, then add the JS here, copy, and the JS, and let's close this. So right here the JS, and the last one is the say Filepond register plugin. Copy that, and I'm going to paste it right here. And with that, now if I open the browser and refresh, if I browse, select, and it's going to preview the image. Very good. Now let's work with the to upload the image. And for that, we need to go here first, and let's navigate in the server. So the API server, and scroll down. You can read more for the server endpoint, but here we have the upload process. So the Filepond is going to upload file. So for example, this one as multipart form data using a post request. Okay, then the server saves the file to the unique location. For example, tmp slash the ID of the, here is going to be the folder, but with the unique ID, then the file name, and the server after is going to upload the image is going to return the unique location ID, so the folder in the text plain response. Then the Filepond is going to store that unique ID in a hidden input field, and the client is going to submit the Filepond parent form. So when we submit the form, it's going to contain the hidden input field with that unique ID. And the server then is going to use that unique ID to move the file to its final location and remove that folder, the temporary folder. Okay, so let's scroll down. And when we have the example for the URL Filepond. And one more thing, I'm going to use also the revert to delete the image. So here we have the revert. Filepond is going to send the delete request with the folder ID as a body, and the server is going to remove the temporary folder matching that ID and is going to return an empty response. Good. So let's, if I scroll more down, yeah, here we have also the process and the revert. And let's copy this and move it right here. So I'm going to paste it here and just save for now. Good. We have the process, and the process is going to have the URL to upload the image. So if I open the web routes, we have the upload, and to delete, we have the delete. So we don't need the fetch, but we need the revert, which is going to be to delete that. So I'm going to say /delete. And also I'm going to add the CSRF token. So I'm going to say headers, add an object, and you can see also here for the header. So if I scroll down, also with the credentials, as you can see, just yeah, here we have the headers, and add a custom header. In our case, I'm going to add the CSRF token. So I'm going to say x-csrf-token, and here is going to be double quotes and the CSRF_token from Laravel. Okay, now let's work with the upload the controller, to upload the image, the temporary image. So I'm going to open the upload temporary image controller. Okay, here first what I'm going to do, you can also make a validation, but right now I'm not going to do that. I'm going to say to check if the request has the file, and the name of the file is the image. So if I open the welcome, and let's open the form, and the input type file has the name image. Now if the request has that file, I'm going to say $image to be equal with the request file image. Okay, then I'm going to get the file name. So I'm going to say $file name to be equal with the image, and the helper get client original name. Now we have the name. I'm going to create the folder key or unique ID as we saw earlier. So if I scroll up, as you can see, we need to create an ID for the folder, and let's do that. I'm going to say $folder to be equal with, I'm going to use the unique ID. Now you can use more custom one, but for quick, I'm going to say unique ID, and I'm going to add the image string dash and say true here. Okay, and now I'm going to store the image, and I'm going to say $image, and I'm going to use the store as, and here we need to add the path, the name, and options. So the path is going to be inside the images / I'm going to say tmp / and I'm going to concatenate this with the folder $folder, so the unique ID we created here, and also I'm going to pass the file name, so $file name here. So the image is going to be inside the images / tmp / the folder ID, and then / the file name. Then after we uploaded the image, I'm going to store in the database the folder and the file name in the temporary. So let's say temporary image create and pass an array with, here we need to add the folder, which is going to be $folder, and also the file, which is going to be the file name. And then we need to return the folder, so $folder if everything works, goes well, otherwise just return an empty string. And let's save, and let's see now. If I open here the storage app public, nothing happens. And also let's open the .env file, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to say down there, file system disk to be public, and save. Good. Now let's see if we can upload the image here, and also on the database. If I refresh and let's open the temporary images, we have empty here right now. Let's try now. If I refresh here and just let's say browse, I'm going to select this one, say open, and yeah, we have upload complete. Very good. Come here, and inside the public now we have images, and as you can see, we have the download image right now here. So the image is uploaded inside the images /tmp / the image with unique ID and the download JPG inside. Let's see also the database, refresh, and yeah, we have the folder, we have the file. Very good. Now what I want is also, if I click, I want to remove that. So for that we are going to work with the revert, and for the revert we have the delete. Let's close this because we are okay. Now let's work with the delete temporary image controller. Okay, and because here we are going to get from the body, I'm going to remove the request. So let's remove the request here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to say create a temporary file, which is going to be equal with, or image, you can say temporary image, where the folder, and the folder we are going to get from the body, so I'm going to say request get content first. So if we have now the temporary file or image, you can say, let's say better temporary image here, and now I'm going to check if that exists. So if $temporary image, if we have, I'm going to say storage, let's use the Illuminate support facade storage, and I'm going to delete that. So delete directory, and pass in here the images /tmp / and I'm going to concatenate with the $temporary image folder, because we store on the database and we get from there, and then also delete the database. So I'm going to say $temporary image delete, like this. Okay, and in both ways I'm going to say return response no content, like this. Save, and let's see now. If I come here, now you can watch on the database, we have this on the temporary images. Also on the storage we have the file. Now if I click on the X, it's going to delete the image here, and also I expect to delete the from the database, because here we call to delete the directory and to delete that from the database. So let's see. If I come here and say X, see on the database, yeah, remove. Now let's see if from here is going to remove, and let's see on the database now if I refresh, yeah, good. Okay, now let's work with the final, which is, and let's close this, to store the post controller. And let's move like this, or I'm going to hide. Well, the first thing here, I'm going to say $validator. I'm going to create a validator here, which is going to be equal with validator from the Illuminate support facade, make, and here add the request all, and I'm going to add the array and say here the title is going to be required, because now we are not going to work with all the details here, just say required, and also the description to be required, like this. Then if the validator fails, because just for that I created the validator, if we are here and for example I want to upload this and this open, and also I added the title, but I forget to add the description, and say create is going to, I want to make some changes. So if I hit create, it's going to return back to say a description is required, but the images is going to be to remain uploaded. So for that I created here the validator, and I'm going to check. If that fails, I'm going to remove the images also and then redirect back. So let's delete them and refresh and come here and check. So I'm going to say if $validator fails. If that fails, I'm going to say $temporary images. I'm going to get all the temporary images from the temporary image pool, and I want to delete them. So I'm going to say for each $temporary images as temporary image, and we want to delete that. And to delete, if I open again the delete temporary image, we need to do the same here. First we are going to check to delete from the directory and then delete the temporary image. So I'm going to copy that and paste here. Now if you don't like to just copy and paste, you can also create an action and do that, but I'm going to do in this way, and maybe create an action just to store the post, but for now let's see. So I make a for each and storage delete directory, temporary image folder we have here, the same, and delete the temporary image from the database. Okay, after that I'm going to say return is going to return and redirect, or we can say back redirect slash, but I'm going to redirect with errors, passing the validator, and also with input like this. Okay, now I'm going to store the post. I'm going to say $post to be equal with post create, and pass here the validator validated like this, so the title and the description. And then we need the, so if this is not failed, so everything works okay, we are going to create the post, and we need to move the files from the temporary directory to the final location, and also from the temporary image to the images database migration. So for that, what I'm going to do, let's just cut this and paste it right here. Because also right now I need all the temporary images, and I'm going to move to the new directory and then delete also here. So after we create in the post, I'm going to say again, make a for each here, for each $ temporary images as $ temporary image. And here now I'm going to copy the file from this folder to the final one. So I'm going to say use the storage facade and say copy. And I'm going to copy from the images /tmp/ and I'm going to concatenate $ temporary image folder. And I'm going to concatenate also the file. So let's say $temporary image file to the new location, which is going to be just images. And here I'm going to add / and now the same, add the concatenate the folder and the file. So let's copy that and paste it here. And I'm going to zoom it just out for a little bit, just to show you. So here we have storage copy. From this location, I'm going to move to just images and pass the folder / the file name. Okay. With that now, I'm going to say image model create, or we can use the post if we created the relation method, but I'm going to say image create, pass here the post _id and say it's going to be $post ID, then the name, which is going to be $temporary image file, and the last one is the path, which is going to be the path which is $temporary image folder concatenate with the file, so $temporary image file, like this. And just let me zoom it now to have you more clear. So image create, we added the post ID, the name, which is the temporary image file, then the path temporary image folder, and the file /file. So this thing here after the images, and now we need to delete the TMP. So let's copy that and paste it here after we created the image, and copy that. I'm going to delete and then delete also the temporary image. So let's do that. First we copy that, then we create the image, then we delete the directory TMP and also delete the TMP image from database. Okay, and with that now we are good. Just return a redirect. So let's say return a redirect back. Just say / here. And let's save and let's see now. First, let's open here the images, empty, and I will open like this. And let's close also this one. And let's open the database on the posts, images, and temporary images, empty. Open the browser and refresh. Let's create the first post, and I'm going to say first post here, some description, and let's choose these two images. Those two images uploading, very good. And now let's create. Redirect back, good. Let's see first here on the public images. Yeah, we have two images, temporary is empty. Let's see the database, temporary images, refresh, nothing. Go to the images, we have two of them. And let's see, the path is images, the ID, and Laravel Vue.js, the name, and the post is the first post, good. Now let's say, come here, I am going to add the title, but I forgot to add the description, and let's add just one image. Yeah, it's going to upload that, and let's see here. Now on the temporary, we have the folder and the image. Also, if I go to the temporary images and refresh, yeah, we have here. But if I say create now, we redirect back with the description field is required. The title is remaining here. Now let's see the image, if it is here or not. If I refresh, yeah, it's removed from the database and also is removed from the temporary directory. Okay friends, that's it, how we can upload multiple images with the Laravel and Filepond. Now if you like, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like the video, and see you in the next one. All the best.